welcome back to this channel. Yes, the Pour in Me Empowerment Ministry channel is the channel that keeps you on your toes with prayer, and also it keeps you in tune with connecting with your spiritual well-being. Yes, we empower you on your walk with God. Today is such an exciting day because I have a robust topic for you in a very special way. Yes, so if you like content like these, why not? Stick around.
If my life lights up each and every day, Lord, because your pouring keeps flowing my way, I can deny it. It's like I'm standing at heaven's gate. My life keeps shining and radiate. Oh yes, oh yeah. Full coverage I receive from the blood you shed for me. Lord, let your pouring flow from my head to my toe, revitalize and refresh my every beat. Lord, pour me in abundance and let the Holy Spirit speak. Let it flow, let it drip, let it seep through me as I kneel at your mercy seat. My blessings are more than the eyes can see. Lord, pour in me.
Welcome back. Now today I have a very interesting topic for you, and when I say interesting, I mean interesting. Now, some of us might be having various challenges in our lives of one kind or another. Remember, we empower you at this radio station, at this YouTube channel. Some of us might be having challenges in our lives of one kind or another, and sometimes it is very hard for us to understand, and it is very hard for us to believe that God does not understand. And yes, sometimes we worry, sometimes we question God, and sometimes we have doubt of his existence. And yes, it keeps us down because we are wondering, if God knows everything about us, why are we going through what we're going through? You know? But guess what? Recently I was listening to a song, and the song says, God already knew. Can you believe that God knew that you were going to go through the pain you're going through right now? Can you understand that he knows what you're experiencing? Already knew that your pain is going to last up to this point in your life. Yes, God already knew that you were going to find an obstacle in this season of your life that you're going through. God already knew. Yes, God knew that you were going to be unemployed. He knew you were going to suffer financial reversal. God already knew. Even when he asked Abraham to bring his son to sacrifice, he knew already the answer that it wasn't going to happen. God knew that the woman with the issue of blood, was going to be healed by just that one touch. God already knew. And if God knows everything, then yes, what you are going through right now, it's something that he knows. He understands, he feels, and he hears when you pray. God already knew that you were going to be at this point in your life. You are going to be at the position in your life where you're going to need extra strength to go through the battle you are going through. God has already knew. And that's the comforting thing, because the Bible tells me that he has engraven me upon the palms of his hands, and whatever I do is continually before him. So God has already knew that I was going to go through this rough period, rough patch, and that is why he doubled my strength. That is why he's doubling your strength. That is why he's favoring you in the little places of your life. You wake up today, you're filled with pain, but before the end of the day, you're healed, you're restored. God already knew how to solve the problem that you're going through. God has already knew that before the beginning of time, you were going to be at this place in your life, at this season in your life, at this experience in your life. Already knew. God knows the pain you're going through. God knows that he needs to forgive you, because if he doesn't, you're going to end up as a wreck. God has already knew that before the existence of time, you were going to have to need extra grace, extra strength. When you're climbing up on top of a hill or a slope or a precipice and you're going uphill, he knew that you needed that extra push. That is why he sent your friends, your family to be with you, to be where you are, and to help you to cultivate the atmosphere of his grace. God has already knew that you were going to suffer, you were going to be in pain, you were going to experience this roadblock in your life. God has already knew, but he not only just know, he knows that he's gonna deliver you. He knows that he's gonna put plans in your life and plans in place to lift you over into the era of success in your life. God has already knew that from the existence of time, you were gonna be at a low point in your life, and low spot in your life, and no low season in your life. God knew. Every time I look at myself, I said to myself, why me? Why am I going through this? Why am I experiencing this? How did I get here? And then I am convinced, because he says he knows the thoughts that he has towards me, thoughts of prosper, peace, and not of evil. So if he knew that he has no thoughts of evil against me, then I need to relax. I need to press forward. I need to be confident in the areas of my life. Yes, everything is not going well. Yes, everything is not where I want it to be. And yes, everything is not to the equilibrium of what I want it to be. But I know that God understands. I know that God is feeling my pain. I know that God has got my back. And I also know that one of these days he's gonna come through for me, and I'm gonna come out of this bigger and better than I went in before. God has already knew that from the existence of time, you were gonna need him. You were gonna call upon him in desperation in your life. He knew that he needs to come and rescue you. God has already knew. He has a plan, an escape plan for you and your situation. God has a plan for you and your situation. So don't think that your pain is going to be wasted. No, don't think that your cries are not reaching to heaven. Don't think that your tears are not falling and he's seeing them. God has already knew that he has to have a rescue plan. God has already knew that he has to have a rescue plan for you. And because he needs that rescue plan for you, he's going to send somebody that you didn't expect. He's going to send something, somewhere that you didn't expect. He's just going to fit the pieces together. So today, I don't know where you are right now. I don't know where you're walking. Are you walking the same old road from miles to miles? I don't know if you're hearing the same old voice telling you the same old lies. But one thing I know is that God has already knew that you need him, that you're desperate, that your cry is reaching out. God knows. And that is why we can stand victorious. That is why we can stand unshackled. That is why we can stand unmoved, because we know that God has already knew. We know that God has already knew. And one of these days, if we're faithful, he knows that we're going to ask him, what happened during this time in my life? How did you know what to do to get me through? God has already knew. So listen, wake up, get up, shout up, lift up, run up. Because one of these days, you're going to hear a voice saying, come, my child, you have endured. And today we can rest assured in the fulfillment of his blessings for our life. God knew that you need him. God has already knew that you're going to call upon him today. And so I encourage you today, whatever you're going through, whatever the phase in your life that you're going through, be encouraged that God has already knew. And one of these days, you're going to hear him, come Come, my child, enter into the joys of my Lord, because I have already knew. God bless you.